While you're connected to the network, but disconnected from the system, the device maintenance window becomes available. You can access it via this wrench icon on the network toolbar. Right now it's grayed out, but as soon as I disconnect from system, it will become available. You could also find it in the Connect to System window. There's a lot of useful functions and information available here. For device information, select the device you'd like to look at, and then click on the menu button. You can see the firmware. Remember, Cobranet and VoIP firmware are separate. VoIP firmware will update with the device firmware, but Cobranet is a third-party technology, so that has its own process and update schedule. You can see your serial number and your model number. You can see the I/O configuration of the box, the IP address, device ID, etc. You can set the IP address. We're not going to change that right now. You can check the serial port settings and change them from the default. This may be necessary to communicate with third-party control devices via RS-232. Reset Initialize will remove all the audio configuration settings from the box. In other words, taking it from having a device ID greater than 0 to a device ID of 0, or taking it from a configured system back to just an unconfigured empty box on the network. It is not a factory default reset and will not remove any of the IP information or any fundamental settings from the box. However, it cannot be undone, so save a copy of the existing audio file before performing a reset initialize if there is any chance you may need it again. Remember, a device needs to have an ID of 0 before you can send a new configuration to it. This is how devices get IDs of 0. Update firmware, RCB devices, and remote Ethernet devices we will go over in later lessons. The final concept to grasp around the connection process is the function of the equipment table. This is where your hardware is linked to your audio configuration files. Tools, Equipment Table. In Lesson 1, we saw how the software programming relates to the hardware configuration. The equipment table is where we link a system with its hardware. Units are listed with unit ID numbers as well as by their unique serial numbers. Since we rely on physical wiring, it's important each device is uniquely identified. Remote control bus devices will also be listed down here. We'll go over these in a later lesson. You can see there are none connected right now. The I/O tab is a helpful feature which shows which physical cards are in which slot, along with the number of inputs and outputs for each card. By now, you may have noticed that as we are connecting and disconnecting, a new tab with copies of the system we were just connected to opens up. This can leave you with a number of open tabs and can sometimes be confusing. It's just something that you will need to be aware of and manage. It can be helpful, for example, if you have multiple systems on your network and want to copy and paste information from one to the other. The tab naming convention is the system name, underscore, DL for download, which means you've downloaded it from the following system ID or serial number. So, the main items to understand about connecting are: connect to a network of devices, your two device discovery options, what a system is, and how to view an existing one or create your own, how to read the equipment table, finally, how the device maintenance window can help you.